Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Man, I should put a hat on. It's real hot outside here. So anyway, let me get this hat on. Let me tell you something. We're talking about the rescue device. God provided a rescue device for Noah, and God had Noah build this rescue device. It was called the ark, and we're going to talk about that today. And a lot of times when you talk about Noah and the ark, you get this goofy picture of what you see in children's nurseries and Sunday school books and stuff like that, of this little box and all the animals are sticking their heads out the top of it and smiling and so forth. That's not at all the picture in reality of what the ark is like. And so today it's called the rescue device, and it's taken from Genesis 6 verses 14 through 22. Okay, so we're picking it up where we left off yesterday. So verses 14 through 22, it says this: So make yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long and 50 cubits wide and 30 cubits high. We're going to translate that in a little bit here, okay? This is how... make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all the way around. Put a door in the side of the ark and make a lower, middle, and upper decks. I am going to bring the floodwaters on the earth to destroy all the life under heaven and every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons, and your wife and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all the living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you and be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and stored away as food for you and for them. Noah did everything as God commanded. Okay, so let's talk about this rescue device, this ark, okay? This ark, and a lot of this information, I've listened to quite a few sermons on on Noah and the ark, and a lot of the guys are quoting this book, the Genesis record by Henry Morris, okay? And I've talked about this before. I don't know if you can see it there. I'm covering up his name. But the Henry Morris wrote this book. He's a scientist, and so he wrote it not as a theologian necessarily, but from the science standpoint here. And so as he wrote about the book and gave some, he converted the cubits. The cubit would be roughly 18 inches, okay? And so you would have this 18, when you convert the cubits to 18 inches, the ark would be 438 feet long, 72 almost 73 feet wide, and 43 feet high, okay? And when I've taught this to the kids in the past, we actually went outside, and I had my rolling tape measure, and I would roll it out on the ground, how far, and you would walk and walk and walk. So it's like 2.5 football fields long, okay? That kind of gives you an idea, and then it's 75 feet wide and 43 feet high. A lot of homes today are, have like 8 to 10 story ceilings in them. So you would have, this would be equal to like a 4.5 story building, 4-story building. Okay, that height. Okay, and so it had 3 levels in it. All right. And this boat was built, it wasn't built for speed, it was built really for stability. And the way it was engineered, it was like kind of this big box, but it had, and the military has copied that same design for flotation, the same, because of the length and the width and the height and everything, it seems pretty perfect in flotation. And it could withstand, when a wave would come, it could withstand a high wave that could make it go like 90 degrees, and it would still come back down, flat like it should, okay, and not capsize, just by the design of it, okay? So Now let's talk about the size of this. Could it hold all the animals? That was a lot of people they're thinking like, oh, all the animals in the world, two of every kind, and then more of the clean animals because they were used for sacrifice and food and so forth. But the to give you an idea, the volume capacity of the ark would be 1,400,000 cubic feet in there. Okay, that's a lot of cubic feet there, which is equal to about 522 standard livestock train cars. Okay, hey, can you imagine a train going by you that has 522? I've been caught in when we were up north riding bike, and you'd be riding bike and this train comes along. And you're like, is it ever going to end? It just keeps going and going and going. And it didn't have 522 cars, all right? But imagine 522 cars and you stack them all together. That's what that would be like. That's how much room the ark would have in it, all right? And with that amount of room, you could estimate that 240 sheep could be transported in one car. So you could total an average of 125,000 sheep could be carried in the ark. So there's more than plenty of room, okay? And then also it said there was a window, and this isn't like a glass window, but it's an opening for ventilation and light, 1 cubit, so about 18 inches, and it would go all the way around the top, kind of to let light in there. So that kind of gives you an idea of the ark and how it was built. And so when you read this and understand it was that large, and I challenge you, go outside and walk 450 feet, 475 feet, and see how far that takes you, and you're like, oh wow, this is pretty long. So yeah, when you 450 feet, that's like 45 stories high, if you'd stand the ark up on it. So yeah, huge. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that to give you an idea of the actual size of the ark, and that God designed that ark and told Noah how to build it to keep those animals and himself alive. It was the rescue device. All right, thank you for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through the book of Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.